Hello everyone, my name is Gayatri Bandara and I am here to present to you about the Trevor Platt Fellowship offered by the Plymouth Marine Laboratory. So the organizers asked me to add a little bit of information about myself, so I will start from the very beginning. I am originally from Sri Lanka, from the Central Highlands, where we have huge mountains, and the nearest beach for me, the nearest coastline, is actually a bit far away. It's like 7 hours from my home. I grew up in an area called Muskelia, which is very beautiful as you see in the pictures, and is also one of the few places in Sri Lanka which is culturally diverse. Not only that, it's a place you can see how humans and nature living together. Most of people, if you want to see animals, you need to go to the zoo, right? But for us, we just need to go to our backyards where we can see almost all the animals that present in Sri Lanka. As you can see in the pictures, my favorite animals were snakes and also fishes. That time is not the best time to live in Sri Lanka. I'm talking about like 15 years ago. There was a civil war in Sri Lanka. There were some people that who wanted to separate land from the north and east part of Sri Lanka. So there was a civil war, and this war is not only for that area, but the war is covered, like it was happening everywhere, because this organization is a terrorist organization and they had suicide bombers. They were not only fighting with the government forces, but also killing innocent civilians all over the country. And yeah, it's not the best time, and I lost some of my family members, and also my best friend at that time died from a suicide bomb attack. So government itself demotivated the long distance travel, and that time, the only time me and my brother had we got a chance to visit the ocean was during our annual pilgrimage to the southern coast. So there are some holy sites for us located in the southern coast, a place called Kataragama. So my family used to go there to visit that visit those shrines annually. So me and my brother, we were not interested in the religion, but we were waiting all year for this season to come, because that's the only time that we can go to the beach. And in 2009, luckily the war ended, and the terrorist organization was militarily defeated. And this allowed us to travel freely around the country. And with some contacts, we went to a place called Pigeon Island in the eastern part of Sri Lanka. And we knew some people from Navy, and one of my friends from Navy took me to a coral reef there. Now it's a very popular tourist hotspot and also a national park, but back then no one knew about this place. So he took me snorkeling, and I saw the most wonderful thing in my life. I saw various colorful fishes and beautiful sea creatures, and I could imagine what's going on in this area. So that's the day actually I decided to study about marine biology. And with time, I did my advanced level, and I studied biology in my school. And then, as every student, I was hoping for the university. And the students who do biology in Sri Lanka, our main target or our main aspiration is going to get selected to the medical faculty, because in Sri Lanka you get free education, and joining the medical faculty and becoming a doctor is one of the most reputed things to do in Sri Lanka. And I didn't get enough marks to select for the medical faculty, because it's only for the top students who get great marks. But I got an opportunity to study fully funded medical degree in China. It was with the airfares with living cost and the tuition fees. So in South Asian culture, we used to say that there are four main professions that you can do. Number one is to become a doctor. Number two is to become an engineer. Three is to become a lawyer, and fourth one is to become a disappointment to your family. And so I had this very hard choice to select either choose medicine and make everyone happy, or to do something I really like. So I still remember the first day that I said my parents that I want to study marine biology. And my parents were quite surprised with my decision. And as I said, I'm coming from a very small village, and the next day everyone in my village they knew about my decision. And they were worried. Actually, they were asking me what kind of jobs you're gonna do in 10 years. Where will you see yourself, and are you going to leave us? And there were a lot of questions, and everyone I'm meeting, they were simply asking me, that means are you mad? So it took a lot of time for me to tell the people to uh, to uh, to convince my parents that the value of doing something I really liked. So after a lot of talking and a lot of agreements, so finally my parents gave approval to study for me to study marine science. And on 1st of April 2015, I entered Ocean University of Sri Lanka to study fisheries and marine science. It was a 4-year honors degree, but it took 5 years with a lot of problems, and I finally finished it in 2020. During my time at Ocean University, we need to do a small internship, and I did my internship at a place called NARA, which is the government research organization for marine science. And in there, with NARA scientists and also scientists from Institute of Marine Research in Bergen in Norway, and myself, we managed to discover a remarkable discovery. We found the first egg record of like DNA verified egg record of a very rare mesopelagic fish called Desmodema polystinctum. It was my motivation to study actually about genetics and to learn about the genetics further. After I finished my studies, I went to Wamba University of Sri Lanka, where I worked for 6 months as a teaching assistant or demonstrator. And at that time, I was looking at opportunities to learn more about marine biology. And my interest was about deep sea biology. So I found this remarkable master's degree called IMBRC, which is offered by 11 universities in 7 different European countries. And it was a really good master program, and it came with a scholarship, and it had really good professors, like especially the professors of deep sea biology. And I decided to apply for the program. So what I really like about this program is that you can select which university that you can go, unlike the other Erasmus programs. So I selected my first university as the Polytechnic University of Marche in Italy, second one as the University of Algarve in Portugal, and my third semester was at Ghent University in Belgium, and also I did my research semester at Ghent University of Belgium, where I studied where I did a research about how the deep sea mining impact on the meofaunal communities living in abyssal depth. And if someone asks, I highly recommend this master's program, because it's a master's program that not only allows you to travel different universities and learn from different professors, but also it gives you a lot of opportunities. It's one of the master's program which has a lot of field excursions, field expeditions, and also a lot of exchange programs. I myself, I met a lot of people from all around the world, from the countries that I have never heard before. And for someone looking for a master's degree, I highly recommend this master's program if you are interested in marine biology. And I will take this opportunity to tell you about the upcoming webinar on 27th of November about my master's program. It will be done by the coordination of my program. And if you're interested, I highly recommend you to join that webinar. And part of the program, I also need to do a internship, and I did my internship at the Thunen Institute. Is the institute in Germany for the Federal Research Institute for Rural Areas, Forestry and Fisheries. And I was based in Rostock actually, and I went on this super cool expedition, my first expedition to the North Sea, where I saw different kind of fish and met a lot of people, and it was a really nice trip, an unforgettable memory. And during my time in Ghent, during the 4th semester, I was actually looking for opportunities like what to do after my master's. And that's where I came across this Trevor Platt Fellowship in LinkedIn. So I saw, when I first see some opportunity, what I do is I normally search it further in Google, in web. And when I searched Trevor Platt Fellowship, actually I didn't find enough web pages or enough information about it. And also I was doing my master's thesis and I was fully occupied for that, so I didn't give much interest on that. But one day I had this mentorship. I had this mentorship program, and we had monthly meetings with our mentor. So in one mentorship program, I briefly mentioned that I found this fellowship, and but I'm not that much interested, and but I was also thinking of applying. So my mentor actually, he asked me what's the fellowship, and he asked me more details, and I said it's a fellowship at Plymouth Marine Laboratory, and my mentor said that I should definitely go after this fellowship. He said that I should definitely apply for the fellowship. He explained the value of working in organization like PML, and he impressed that how it will be a bridge between my master's and also my PhD in a future PhD program. And so I decided to apply for the Trevor Platt Fellowship after his comments. And Trevor Platt Fellowship is a fellowship that is offered by the Plymouth Marine Laboratory, honoring the Professor Trevor Platt, who also worked in PML for a few years. And it's a fellowship that almost like anyone can apply. There are many topics, like not only biological oceanography but physical, chemical, and there are broad topics. And the good thing is that you can give your own topic. You can make your own topic and apply for the Trevor Platt Fellowship. In any marine science discipline, as you can see in this slide. So it's a 6-month fellowship program at the Plymouth Marine Laboratory, and you will get 15k pounds for your visa, travel, and anything. And as I know, most of the early career researchers are based in Plymouth right now, so you don't need visa, but you can also apply for this Trevor Platt Fellowship. And the current deadline is December 15, 2024. So how to apply it? So the first thing is that you need to go to the PML Science website, and once you log in there, and you can see that the main research groups that PML has. And so for example, my research group is marine ecology and biodiversity. You can click it, and once you click it, you will go to a new web page containing what are the projects of this research group, and also what kind of research, the names of the researchers and their profiles. And also, if you go further in that website, you can also find the main topics that PML has expertise on. For example, the air-sea gas exchange, artificial intelligence, and many more. So for me, I actually wanted to learn about eDNA and the novel genetical applications. So I clicked this eDNA link, and then I got into this eDNA website on PML web eDNA web page on PML website. And there you will get a brief introduction about like what's this and what kind of projects that involved, and also again what kind of the names of the researchers who work on eDNA. And I actually I emailed Professor Penny, and Professor Penny introduced me to Dr. Karen, who was the molecular biologist at that back then. And we developed a proposal, and then we applied, and somehow we got the fellowship. So how to apply for this fellowship? So you need to create a research proposal, a CV, and also capacity building and impact statement. And your host or your supervisor need to make a supporting statement for you. So first you need to select a host or a supervisor from PML who you can work with, and then both of you can get agree on a topic, and then you can write a research proposal and apply for the fellowship. So my topic was adverse weather effect induced by climate change. How would marine benthos respond? And now you might wondering why I select this topic, because my interest was to study about eDNA. So we could even make a topic like eDNA, like benthos diversity by eDNA. But when I first had a talk, online meeting with my host, with Dr. Karen, she told me that she gave me few options actually. She told me that there's a long-term study going on in an area called L4, Station L4 in Plymouth, in Plymouth coastal zone, and that they are collecting genetic samples for a long time, like from 2008. And there was a kind of like a lot of samples available for me to check. That was the number one thing that I selected this topic. And also like we were thinking that we could like make a time series study on marine benthos, using eDNA. So but still our topic was like there were some, we felt like that there were some missing parts of our topic. And then that's how we selected this topic, because remember that my master's thesis was about impact of deep sea mining. So I was doing my master's thesis back then, and when I said that my master's thesis was about impacts, so we want to merge something to our topic. So that's how we went to this weather effects, because L4 area is also affected by the adverse weather effects like the severe storms or severe rainfalls, which is induced by climate change, of course. And so we changed our topic from a very basic topic to this very attractive topic, like the adverse weather effect induced by climate change. How would marine benthos respond? And I think our proposal, one of the benefits of this topic is like one of the reasons that our proposal got accepted is that this topic, because it was a bit attractive topic than the other applicants. And also like I got several emails, and I also got several messages through LinkedIn about my research proposal, and also other documents. And I put those documents to this Google Drive. So if anyone wants to have my research proposal and other documents like the capacity building statement, you can just go to this link, and you can get those. So it's freely available. And if you can't access those, please let me know. I will also add my email in the end of the presentation. And also for CV, I will give you this link, this Europa CV, which is a website by the European Union, where you can create your own professional CV. It is really easy to create a CV through this website, and I highly recommend you to create a CV using the Europass website, because it's professional. And I have seen some in some advertisement, that job advertisement, and also like for my own master's program, they specifically ask us to prepare this Europass CV. So let's talk about the proposal. What kind of things you need to write, and what are the tips that you need to know when you are writing the proposal. Number one is the time. So time flies very fast, as you know. So it's better to reach to a host as soon as possible. So one thing is that each host in the PML, each scientist, that they can only select one student for this fellowship. And also PML scientists, they work on a lot of research programs, and they are always busy. So it's better if you can reach as soon as possible. You still have time to reach to the potential supervisors, and to apply for the fellowship. And check the guidelines very thoroughly. There might be word limits. They will in the guidelines you can see what are the priority areas that PML is looking for, and what are the skills and everything. So read carefully the guidelines, and make sure your proposal is according to the guidelines, and make your proposal clear and concise structure. You need to start with the introduction, then objectives, methodology, reference, and like a clear and concise structure. And also make your objectives very clear, like what are your exact objectives are, what are you going to check, and everything. You can find my objectives from my proposal. And please don't propose complicated project. As you know, this fellowship is for 6 months, and if you make complicated projects, then that can't do with 6 months time period, you know. So it's better to not make complicated projects. And also for the methodology, make sure to write a detailed methodology, because in some cases that maybe the PML expertise not be very good with the methodology you explains. Because like for example, for genetic analysis, we do different methods. So there are different methods. So the methodology that you suggest might be a new method for PML. So remember to make the methodology very clearly and very detailed. And if you have innovative and original ideas, like the topic, like my topic, and if you have anything more, please include them, because those are actually additional plus points. And this is very important about the funding, because if your project, like you get 15K, but it's for your personal use, not for your project. So your funding should be done with the enough resources. Like for me, I didn't want extra funding for my research, because it's already the samples are collected, and also they had chemicals and everything for a different project. And I was like giving a new topic for a different topic. So for me, funding was not an issue, but for you, maybe you might need funding. So maybe PML is not in a position to give you that excess funding. So it's better to if you need more funding, it's better to mention what kind of funding sources that you are planning to look for, and how you are going to fund your research. And it's easier if your research doesn't need funding. And also always add supporting evidence, like what has done before, and how also the impact and significance, like how this is going to affect like the impacts, and also like the significant impact on the scientific impact, the sociological, environmental impact likewise. And also make sure to write it in clear and concise language. And this is also the one thing that, as I know, some application got rejected last year. So think about your availability. So for me, I was finishing my master's degree and then applying. Okay, so then I was coming here after my master's degree. So for me, it was fine because I have the time to fully engage with the PML staff and work with them. But for there were some applications, as I know, who were doing their postdocs and PhDs back then, and also so this fellowship would be like part-time for them. So it's not the best for your applicants, or for best for the applicants. So it's better to think about your availability. If you don't have enough time to contribute to the fellowship right now, it's better to apply it later, because there's no age limit, or there's no any other limits for apply for this fellowship. And also just a suggestion, since this is like 4 to 6 months, I suggest you to make a project for 6 months, because it's also like, maybe you are coming, it's better, maybe you are coming for 4 months, but it's better to make your proposal for 6 months, because you don't know what will happen. There's always a risk. And also I suggest you to work here like for 6 months and make the most out of it. And also always seek feedback. I'm pretty sure that your PML host will give you give you give you good feedback, and thoroughly check your application. But also seek feedback from others. This is what normally I do. Like when I applying for fellowships or scholarships, I write these applications, and I'm not only giving them to my supervisors or people who are experts to check it, but I also giving that to the non-experts to check, because they have different kind of, because they are not experts, and they are trying to think what have I written in the application, and they ask a lot of questions, and these questions actually really helpful for you to make a really good application. And think about the eligibility. So for this fellowship particular, you don't have, there's not eligibility requirements. So as you are free, and as long as you can contribute to the fellowship, you are eligible. So most of time, some friends and also some of my students, they are asking me that they were worried when, before applying, because they always ask, I'm not sure whether I will get selected for this program or not, blah blah blah. But the thing is, you already not selected, right? You don't have anything to lose by applying. You will not lose anything by applying. So apply. If you have the minimum required qualifications, please apply, not only for the Trevor Platt Fellowship but also for the others, because you never know. Like when I'm applying, as I know, there were other people who had PhDs, postdocs and everything, but ultimately I got selected for the program. So yeah, who knows whether you will get selected or not. So please apply. Also, by applying, so you, as I know, like you will write a proposal, you will make a proposal on a interested topic, that a topic that interesting for you. So that will this will allow you to search more about your topic and also get a clear idea about your research. So take this opportunity and please apply for the fellowship. And next we will move to the capacity building documents. So what kind of things that you want to write on this capacity building documents? So I'm not pretty sure about this, but as I feel, the PML actually they do care about the science and everything that you write in your research proposal, but more than that, they actually looking to develop skills and train you. They want to make a, like they are thinking more about the capacity building. So this capacity building documents is very important. So you should, I think you should give more priority for this document. And let's see what kind of things that you need to write in this document. So first of all, yes, you need to write about the training and skills development. So you might need to like get some new skills. Like for me, like what I wrote is that I knew about genetical applications, and I knew that these theoretical things, but I never I didn't get any chance to work on this genetic application. I mean, I'm not trained to do that, so that was my motivation to apply, like to get a physical, like the training to do the genetics in future. So likewise, you may have different requirements, so clearly mention what kind of trainings and skills, or maybe even you are already skilled and you want to polish that your skills, so please explain them very clearly on your on this document. And also you might also sometimes you will also need to develop some infrastructure. For example, maybe there's something like, for example, we take a sensor that you don't know how to make that sensor back in your country. There's no expert on this sensor or something, so there might be a chance that you can come to PML, because we have really good team on that specific topic, and you can make these sensors and everything and learn about that and go back to your country and then develop these things in your country independently. So likewise, you can develop something like that in your application. And also PML is an organization that is looking for collaborations and partnerships. So if you have if you can also add collaborations and partners, that's also be a plus point, because for example, you might have some samples in another organizations, but they don't have money, or they don't have expertise to analyze those samples, and maybe you can bring to PML and analyze them there. So also, as I know, you can also take external supervisors if you want. So PML is always open to collaborations and partnerships, so keep in that mind in your application. And also write about the scientific impact a bit in this document too, like what kind of things that helpful for the science. And like for example, in my case, I can say that okay, this is a project, like there are a lot of time series analysis going on, but there are very few time series analysis going on, like based on the eDNA. So this is like a good point, like my research can be a baseline research for the future research, so kind of like that. So think about the scientific impact and add them, and also community or societal impact. So like my research, it doesn't have much on this, but maybe your research has. Like for example, think there might be a invasive species. Maybe we'll take the lionfish, the invasive lionfish, and you might need to you are very interested in making a dish out of this lionfish. And yeah, you can make a good dish and introduce to the restaurants, and maybe yeah, it can be very popular, and then the species will also be controlled. So yeah, it's good for like its community, and also it has a good social impact, right? Likewise. And also, or if you want to develop a new algae, like a new food from the algae or something, yeah, something like that, which is favorable. Or maybe there's some diseases, that is there's some disease like a human disease, and you want to find something, some cure from an algae or from an animal, or something like that. So yeah, you can talk about those. And also environmental impact, like what kind of benefits your project may have on environment. Like for in my case, like we don't need to catch, like for example, the benthos, we don't need to catch these benthic organisms, we just need to take water, and we don't kill those animals for like when you are doing eDNA, so we can get an idea on the diversity. So likewise. And also the long-term sustainability, how this will contribute to the long-term sustainability, how your project affect to the ecosystems, how your project affect into a broad area. So likewise, things like that you need to add into the into this capacity building document. And also after this preparing, you will get after you preparing these documents, then you need to send it to the email that mentioned in the application form, and then sorry, in the website. And then then PML will call you for an interview, and I'm pretty sure that your host will uh, give you introduction about the interviews, same as the other interviews, so you don't need to be worried. And so it was actually my first job interview, so yeah, so you don't, I was a bit stressed because of that. And I remember that I was doing my master's thesis, and the interview was like one day before my master's thesis submission. So it was a bit stressed, but I managed it. And so I'm pretty sure that your host will guide you for a good interview. And also another important slide, like where you can find these fellowships and the other opportunities. So this is one of the things that people ask me, like to add to the presentation. So for Trevor Platt Fellowship, I got it from LinkedIn. And also there are like a lot of other opportunities that you can find through LinkedIn, and also with X, like formerly Twitter. And also I really suggest you to this ECOP, Early Career Ocean Professionals Network, which also a good place where you can find opportunities. And for deep sea researchers, I suggest you the Cobra mailing list. If you can subscribe to that, you will get a lot of opportunities through that. And also this SOA, Pogo, Nano, Smithsonian, and also IMBER mailing list. And also for marine mammals, you can subscribe to this Marmon. I highly recommend. And also, I don't know about you, but normally we also get a lot of opportunities through universities. Like for me, from the IMBRC program, we have this group that we are getting, we are sharing the opportunities. So you get a lot of opportunities from your university mailing list as well, and also through your mentors or your supervisors. And how is going on, like how my project is going right now. So I actually not only I'm working on my project, like my main topic, but I also working on some other topics, like about the DNA analysis of fish and a few other topics. And it's really good, and I'm really having a good time with supportive. I have a very supportive host, and also very supportive team, and I'm working with the other PhD students, so they always support. And PML is a really nice place. I highly recommend you to apply for this fellowship, because I mean, I have worked in several organizations, institute in different countries around the world, and I would say the best place that I have worked so far is PML. Honestly, it is. And during my time in PML, I'm not only, as I said, doing my project, but I also got an opportunity to go on few field excursions to different places, and it was they were nice journeys. And also this fellowship starts in the summer months. So Plymouth is a very nice place. It's Britain's ocean city, and you have a lot of coastal walks, a few hikes, and beautiful beaches. And yeah, it's really nice during summer. And also during summer, you can also visit the annual firework championship festival happening in Plymouth each year. So yeah, it's a really nice place to live and work. And also PML is a hub for science. Like for example, there are a lot of symposiums happening in PML. Like during my time, I think now is almost 4 months, and there were like more than 10 symposiums were happening in PML. Like because yeah, like the symposium, like the Trevor Platt Science Foundation symposium. I also got opportunity to visit this symposium. And also normally the symposiums are happening in PML. You always get a chance to visit them as a PML scientist. And also there are a lot of other opportunities. Like for example, you can learn about other things. Like as a scientist in PML, you also need to do some mandatory courses, like the online courses, like the the online cyber security and other things which is offered freely for you. And myself, I mean, I actually I didn't like in the beginning these courses because I was so busy and I didn't have much time to contribute to those courses. So but those courses are actually really helpful because I learned a lot of things that the things that I have never known. So it's better to do to go through those courses as well. And also speaking about my research, so I'm quite having a good time with my research. So we have some interest in data and interest in research. Also, like first time like I'm working with these like old computers like Windows 2000 computers, because there are some softwares that designed for those OS programs. And my research, actually we are checking different methods. Actually right now we are even we are using the Sterovec tubes to collect the water samples. And now we are checking a new method like a crack and open method, where we crack the Sterovec tubes and then open it and check in the DNA, rather than the traditional extraction way. So yeah, you can learn a lot of things, new things. And yeah, you can go with science because the PML staff is always with the new science and they get updates very quickly. So yeah, I highly recommend you to apply for the fellowship, and wishing you all the best. So I talk about myself, my research, my universities, and about PML, about Trevor Platt Fellowship and everything. But if I didn't say it, like why I am here, the reasons I'm here, that would be a really bad thing of me. So yeah, so for me, like I believe that I was with the right people at the right time, and that's why I won a lot of opportunities and got to won different scholarships and a few fellowships. I believe that like without their support and without the support of my mentors and my supervisors throughout the time, none of this would be possible. And I honestly I give all the credits of my achievements to my mentors and my supervisors, to the people who believed in me. If you see my achievement, or if you see something related to academia of me, and that's actually because of them. It's not because that I'm a genius. So I'm no, I'm not. So it's basically because of them. And yeah, with that, I will stop my presentation, and thank you very much for listening. And yeah, so Professor Trevor is a person who is expert on a lot of various fields of marine science. And he indeed a person who helped others. He wanted to see that everyone is growing, everyone is learning something. He wanted to share the knowledge to everyone. He believed in that knowledge should be shared to everyone. And yeah, it was a really honor for me to win a fellowship under his name, and also to become the first Trevor Platt Fellow. So I added my email address here. So if anyone wants to know about the Trevor Platt Fellowship something more, or if they want to know something about like marine science or about my research or anything, you are almost free to contact me. And yeah, so yeah, I will help you, and if I can. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, and I'm happy to answer your questions. And good luck with the fellowship application. Thank you very much.